Whilst Royal Champion charges are insanely strong in the meta, you are finding more and more that you may get baited. So today I'm going to show you an attack strategy where you cannot get baited. It is safer, it is faster than the Royal Champion charge, it is the Archer Queen and Grand Warden recall opener. So today I'm going to fully break down this new attack strategy. So you start off with a Golem, then you've got the Queen and you've got the Grand Warden. Obviously we've got the Jelly on the Queen and then we've got the Rage Gem on the Warden and just 4 healers. You don't want to put down your 5th healer because when it comes to recalling, you're not going to be able to recall that. Now you do need to be scared of hook towers in particular. You'll see that in the next attack. So in today's video, I'm going to show you 2 replays from a 6-pack I got in War, and then we're going to do 2 live attacks in the CWL, because if it works in the CWL live for you all, then we all know it's pretty good. We recalled the Archer Queen here because I didn't have any more invis spells to stop this hook tower from locking on. We've set a beautiful funnel here. Now we're going to use where the funnel ends to come in with our Root Rider spam. It is technically just another Root Rider spam army, but trust me, it feels a lot more engaging thanks to both the opener and also the triple overgrowth. Notice how I delay the Valks here until the king has set a funnel. You never really want to get the Valks down too early. They're going to walk around the edge of the base. Now in this attack I am running the Eternal Tome, and I believe I do in the other war attack as well, but I'd almost recommend the Healing Tome unless the base has Rage Towers or a lot of concentrated damage. Now, unfortunately, I was going for the Monolith here with the Queen charge at the start, but because it doesn't go down, you're going to see this overgrowth actually forces the troops around. I should have left the Town Hall visible, particularly because I was using the Eternal Tome anyway. But now, because our troops have split like this, we're just going to go with it, and I'm going to keep overgrowthing the Town Hall. The King did a great job on the bottom side of the base funneling, and you can see our troops on the top side. As soon as the Royal Champion kind of gets in front and the Fox goes down, just pop that Rocket Spear ability. Going to get some really nice value. I'm about to put down the 3rd overgrowth here, but you're going to see in a second, this Ricochet Cannon, I deliberately leave visible so the Royal Champion can finish it off because it is right next to her, and you don't really want as many defenses in your final overgrowth because we want to take them down, take the base down piece by piece. Now this doesn't look like an overkill. This attack strategy really never looks like an overkill because you use 3 overgrowth spells. You kind of slowly overwhelm the base, but I'm sitting on my Queen ability. You're going to find hero abilities definitely get held onto here. The Warden is still up. The Yeti from the troop launcher gets some insanely nice value, and we take down the base for 3 stars. Now that I've given you the brief overview of the attack, let's break it down. So, which compartments do you want to go in with your Queen/Grand Warden recall charge? Well, there's a few things to take into account. One, we never really want to go straight into the CC. We don't mind pulling the CC towards the end of the charge, but you never really want to go straight into it. You don't have a rage spell with this army, so we can't afford to be under a lot of damage with it. We've got 2 invis spells and a recall, but on top of that, you're not getting as much value if you're dealing with a CC. That Jelly's kind of getting no value. We want to stay away from hook towers. You do have 2 invis spells, but if you get in range of the hook tower, as you're going to see in this attack, it will spell trouble. And then the last thing I want you to think about is setting a funnel for your Root Riders. So for me here, there was a couple of options on this base. One, I'll zoom out a bit, but we'll look towards the top side. We could have entered in this compartment on the top. Now, because your Queen has the Jelly, it is so much easier to funnel her in because trash buildings aren't gonna reroute her. So we would go in and ideally get this sort of value, and that would be nice. But then we need to think about the second stage. We'd have to enter in with our Root Riders here, and it is kind of awkward pathing. They'd be bouncing back and forth. We would be overgrowthing the Town Hall anyway. I just didn't really like it as much. The other option, and this is really the main option that I think is best on the base, I decided to come in on this corner. Now, it is symmetrical. You can come in on this corner as well, but the reason I like the corner on the right over here more is because the Giga Bomb is here. So if we Queen charge this area of the base and then recall, we can go straight into that Giga Bomb and pop the Eternal Tome to negate all of that damage, particularly because it'll also negate a lot of the defenses you see down the bottom here, and yet again, we're going to keep overgrowthing the center of the base. I could have also Queen charged up here. We've got 2 wall breakers, so it would have been nice to go in there, but I just didn't see as good a funnel from that yet again. So we decided to come in on the corner, and let's see how it goes, because what I also want you to see in this attack is why I really rate this attack strategy. Because you can make mistakes and still 3-star. So the queen takes damage from the ricochet cannon there, and I actually really like that, because it means the 4 healers are going to sit on the queen. A good thing about golems, it's quite rare for the healers to sit on the golems because of the AI in the game, so you generally don't have to worry about that. It does happen every now and then. Now, this attack strategy or way of doing the opener is safer from BAITS. It is much more difficult though, because I get half a second late on the invis spell here, and look at that, we completely lose the archer queen. I recall the warden and the healers. We do get rid of the hook tower and deal with some of the defensive CC, but that is not a worthwhile trade. So you do need to be careful. It is so much easier to make mistakes, but you're not going to get baited. Look at all these giant bombs in this compartment. If you have the Fox and the Royal Champion there, you might be in a little bit of trouble. But if you're coming in with the Queen charge, giant bombs don't really mean anything, neither does the Tornado Trap. The Golem does a really good job at tanking for all of that. Now you can switch the Golem for 2 Ice Golems. I prefer the Golem though, because it does really well at tanking Ricochet Cannons when they go into Golemites, and multi-Archer Towers as well. We have the troops going around here now. The Queen would normally come in the center of the base, because obviously you recall that, and that would be really nice for dealing with the Minion Prince here. But not really much you can do. I'm going to sneak this last Headhunter in any second now. You see, I sneak it in on the bottom, and then we're going to pop the Warden ability. I don't overgrowth the Town Hall immediately, because I kind of wanted a few troops to go and take it down, because it was kind of convenient how close they were to the Town Hall, and the Eternal Tome was in effect. The 2 Yetis from the Troop Launcher come in and do a nice job at finishing off the Town Hall, and now it's just about doing a lap of the base, and despite not having the Archer Queen for any of this attack, we are going to get a 3-star. Now, obviously getting the Hook Tower down was nice, but we would have just been overgrowthing it the whole battle anyway, so it wouldn't have got much value. So we did kind of lose our Archer Queen for just about nothing. Dealing with the Furnace was nice, I guess, in the grand scheme of things. But you can see here, still sitting on a Skeleton spell. Now, in these attacks here, I was bringing 2 skeleton spells and 1 freeze spell. I'm switching that to 1 skeleton spell and 2 freezes, because you don't see that many single infernos in Legends League, seeing a lot of multi-infernos and poison towers, so the freeze spells are a bit better for that. Another thing is on the Warden, I am bringing the Eternal Tome, but you can definitely bring the Healing Tome as well. I find the Eternal Tome just kind of safer, but I mean, both are equally effective. So here's the base we're hitting for our first CWL attack. I'm going to quickly break it down. So we want to stay away from the hook tower, so I'm coming in on the right side of the base here. And what I want to do, I want to start with my queen here. But keep in mind, if I put my queen here and the golem here, obviously the ricochet cannon will ricochet. And I can't put my healers down until that air defense is down. So either I have to just wait before I put my healers down, or I can put my golem here, and I think that's what I'm going to do, because it's going to pull the poison tower, maybe, and it's going to deal with the Archer Queen as well, and the golems have so many hit points, I don't really mind if they are tanking for all of that. We're going to put our first wall breaker here, second wall breaker here, and essentially go in and clear out all of this. We might even deal with the CC under no damage. Then we're going to come out of this. I'm going to use the king on the top side here. And we're going to enter straight in. The first overgrowth will probably be on all of this. Then the second and third overgrowth will probably be on these 2 as we move through the base. Let's hope for some good pathing. Fingers crossed this works. So, beautiful. Oh, I forgot that the jelly would tank. Oh, I put 5 healers down. That is a mistake, but it shouldn't, it shouldn't matter too much. Oh, boy. Oh, no! That's something I did completely forget about, and with the ricochet cannon shredding, that is a problem. So, we have completely wasted the Eternal Tome. So, it is definitely safer, but if you're stupid, like me, you are going to run into issues, but I'm kind of hoping here. Oh, yeah, saw that coming a mile away. Kind of hoping here. Queen's got to step up. No, Queen. Surely she goes in. Yeah, beautiful. Alright. Not really how I planned it going, but that's fine. That's fine. We make do. We make do. There's nothing else we can really do other than accept the fact that we've made a mistake. So we're not going to have the Eternal Tome for going through this entire part of the base. I also don't have a wall breaker for my king, which is a little bit annoying. Going to overgrowth all of that. Obviously, I want to deal with that section of the base at some point. I was expecting more ice golems in the CC. That would slow my troops up more, but this is going to be just fine. Alright. We're doing our absolute best with the cards that we've been dealt. I say the cards that we've been dealt. I did completely mess this up. Oh my... The queen dies through ability? What? I tell you what, I'm still probably going to 3-star this. I popped the Royal Champion ability here. I felt like she was getting too far in front. I reckon there's a solid chance I still 3-star this. Oh, come on. Tell me you're not convinced. I am so bad. So there is a bit of a learning curve with this attack strategy. I'm not going to hide from that, and it's something that I'm still figuring out myself. Hook Tower can't really do much. Yeah, this is still a 3-star. Now, it wasn't a maxed out base, but like most of the important defenses were maxed out, and I don't think if this was a super max base, it would have changed anything anyway. I am still sitting on my king ability. I'm still sitting on 3 freeze spells as well. The Yeti is in the center of the base. I haven't even used the super barbs until right now, so you don't actually need both of the super troops active here to get 3 stars. It's just better if you do. Royal Champion gonna come in, and that is a terrible attack. Oh, I just keep doing terrible attacks, but I keep getting 3 stars. Imagine what will happen if I actually know how to play the game. Alright, fingers crossed we can finish off the video nicely. Obviously, no way we're charging at the top side of the base here. Hook Tower and a CC. I would love to, though, get rid of this monolith. So let's see if we can do that. Alright, we put the right number of healers down. You can see the healers are on the golem, but once the queen starts taking damage, very often the healers will switch, and you can see exactly that happens here. Beautiful timing on the wall breaker. We get... Oh, what? Can't say I've seen that before. Yeah, the healers switch immediately. That's what I was kind of expecting. Oh boy. This is going to be close. I need to recall... No way! No matter what I do, something goes wrong. This is actually unreal. This is unreal. Okay, I don't really know what to do at this stage. Alright, it is safer. I still stand by it safer. I just don't understand why I can't do this on video. Alright, not much we can do now. We're just going to have to deal with it. We're yet again attacking without an Archer Queen. Can I just... I feel like this attack strategy is going to be so fun when I master it. I'm just never going to master it. Alright, we get the overgrowth down here. That is a nice CC for us to deal with. We get the Headhunter in here. I'm not going to assume the Minion Prince will go down quickly without the Archer Queen up. And look at this, we just have so many troops. So I'm going to make this area of the base visible next. Let's get that skeleton. So we're waiting. And I'm just going to pop the Warden ability right here. We negate the Giga Bomb. That Hook Tower is going to do absolutely nothing, because the Hook Tower can genuinely ruin this attack strategy. And now I'm just looking for places to put the archers down. Oh, that's in range? Jeez, the Mortar has massive range some of the time. And then obviously the last overgrowth spell here is just going to be on the Town Hall, because the Town Hall, well, we're nowhere near it. But I do want to make this area of the base visible. Oh, that is an insane booger. That is an insane booger. King's on the outside of the base, funneling beautifully. This attack strategy is so strong, but you've been warned, right? It's not easy to do. So, it's safer, technically, as long as you're not an idiot. It is safer, it is quicker. Time is not an issue with this attack strategy, but it is more difficult. There is a learning curve to it, so don't just give this one go, fail with it, and say it sucks. You do need to be careful. Hook towers are a problem. Charging into the Town Hall is a problem. Making sure both your heroes are healthy is a problem. You could probably drop an overgrowth and bring an extra invis or two if you wanted. But Once you learn it, you will just not ever be able to be baited. And that's what I love about this attack strategy. For now, Royal Champion charges are still definitely better, and more importantly, they are much easier. But you will be baited. And this, how are you going to be baited as long as you put down Coco balloons?